have been wanting to do this recipe. And as you can see, I went right into it. So you'll see that I have some yellow onion, some mushrooms, and cutting up some russet potatoes, or just Idaho potatoes. I did 4, just depending on the size. You could overflow the pot, so just keep that in mind when you're cutting up your potatoes. Now, you gotta make this your own with your own spices because everybody likes loaded potatoes differently. I'm usually the classic, just cheese and green onion, but I wanted to add some pizzazz to it, so I did add the mushrooms as like a last type of ordeal as I was thinking about what flavors would be good. To me, sauteed onions and mushrooms are always the way to go. So as that's going, let me show you what I have for seasoning. Black pepper, thyme, minced garlic, Creole seasoning, some cayenne pepper, some ground paprika, and my favorite, sea salt. I did add a little bit of flour just so I can add it as a thickening agent. And if you guys know me, flour is not my best friend. So with making a roux, I was scared to do it, but I did it anyway and it was successful. Now, I added a whole container of chicken broth, but I don't think that was enough. So I added a little bit more of vegetable broth. That's about 1/4 of it, possibly. Do your thing with your seasoning, okay? And taste along the way. My rule of thumb is always do at least 2 rounds of seasoning, especially if you're dealing with a soup, just because it is basically a liquid and you have to make the liquid taste good. Also, with the sauteed mushrooms and onions that were sauteed in the butter and pepper, that is always my go-to combo. You can always add more seasoning once you know that you have cooked it down enough to be able to serve. Nothing wrong with that at all. As you can see, I was also pretty liberal with the garlic mince because if anybody knows me, I am a garlic queen. As you see, we're stuffing this to the brim with the russet potatoes, okay? And we're gonna give that a good stir. You could see the color forming already due to the cayenne pepper and the paprika. However, as I said, just do as you will with the seasoning, okay? I like my soups at times to have a good kick to them, just for an element of heat, because usually I make soups in the fall and it's just something that's very heartwarming to me to make. And when I just tell you right now that this, look at this, look at the boil. Isn't that just lovely? Cooking is beautiful. You're gonna add some heavy cream as I just did. It's about a cup. Given that it is a brothy soup, you want to thicken it again with the flour, the heavy whipping cream, and then the cheese. The cheese does act like a thickening agent, and if you do want to add some things that will make it more of a creamy soup, feel free. I liked the consistency of this, so I just kept it how it is. You're going to give it a good stir to just have that cheese incorporate and let it settle. You're going to grab your pot yet again, and it's just going to be, chill, room temp. You can always reheat it in a smaller thing for your own portion. But before I do that, I actually mashed up the potatoes just so I can have more of surface area and a potato in basically every bite. all this up immediately. Hold on, because that don't make no sense.